important role was as Fanny's mentor and confidant. With good sense and an upright mind, he encouraged her reading, guided her taste, and corrected her judgment. At the tender age of 10, gentle, grateful Fanny began to fall in love with her handsome 16-year-old cousin. By the time she reached the age of 16 herself, the process was complete and irreversible. Sir Thomas Bertram, Fanny's uncle, had a dignified and austere manner which had always awed Fanny. He ran his household with a firm hand, guided by his strong sense of propriety. Although he loved his children deeply, he remained distant from them. When Fanny was 16 years old, Sir Thomas had to travel to Antigua in the West Indies on business. He took his elder son Tom with him, leaving 22-year-old Edmund to manage the household in his absence. "When I return," Sir Thomas told Edmund on the day he left, "you will be made a clergyman. In the meantime, I entrust all my family affairs to your judgment, upon which I know I can rely." Edmund was pleased to be given such strong proof of his father's good opinion. Keen to be of service to the world, he looked forward to being a clergyman, but until then he would ensure that Mansfield Park was managed exactly as his father would wish. For the first year of his father's absence, little occurred to challenge Edmund's management. Although Maria and Julia felt relieved from their father's constraints, their habits of good behaviour were strong. Now beautiful young ladies, the Bertram sisters were considered the most eligible girls in the country. Their vanity was indulged by numerous balls and the attentions of several hopeful young men. Mrs. Norris considered herself responsible for finding suitable husbands for her nieces. Swelling with self-importance one morning, she announced, "Maria, I have found just the man for you. Does he have a house in town?" "He does, and his income is even greater than your father's." Maria's interest was engaged, and after dancing with Mr. Rushworth at a proper number of balls, so too was her hand in marriage. Sir Thomas's consent was applied for by letter and received. Maria Bertram and Mr. Rushworth were to be married upon his return from Antigua. The only person to doubt the wisdom of the match was Edmund, who confided in Fanny. If Mr. Rushworth were not so rich, he would be considered a very stupid fellow. Maria surely cannot love him. That summer there was further excitement. A young lady and her brother came to stay with relatives who lived close to Mansfield Park. They were soon introduced to the Bertram family. Mr. Henry Crawford was discovered to have a large estate in Norfolk, and his sister Mary, lively and pretty, was evidently mistress of a considerable income. Returning from their first meeting with the Bertram family, Henry Crawford teased his sister. "What a pity that the eldest son and heir is absent." Mary gave him an arch look as he continued, "Well, as you yourself often say, every girl should marry as soon as she can find a wealthy man. The heir to Mansfield Park would be a most desirable husband. I shall look forward to meeting Mr. Bertram upon his return. What do you think of his younger brother Edmund?" "He's very charming, but he is not the heir." Mary smiled slyly at Henry. "And what about you? Do you admire the Miss Bertrams? I think them very elegant, agreeable girls, and shall have great sport making them fall in love with me." "Henry," said Mary in mock horror, "you are the most horrible flirt that can be imagined. As Miss Maria Bertram is already engaged, I shall find her a particularly enjoyable challenge. Her younger sister, with no such obstacles, will love me only too easily." As the weeks passed, Fanny watched the developing relationship between her cousins and the Crawfords with concern. Mr. Crawford's flattering attentions soon won him a place in the hearts of both sisters. Julia, still to find a husband,
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.